Hey, thanks for joining me live today on this Facebook Live. Today, my question is, or the topic I'm going to talk about is, why do we need a purpose? So I'm talking about purposepreneurs the past couple of days, what I'm going to be doing, who I'm going to be helping. But why is it important for us to need a purpose? I mean, do you have to be an entrepreneur to have a purpose? Absolutely not. In fact, everybody needs a purpose. So for those of you who don't know, I'm a huge fan of Viktor Frankl. Okay. Viktor Frankl is a psychologist, psychotherapist who actually was a student of Freud's. He was a Holocaust survivor. He was put into concentration camps in World War II. He's a Jewish Holocaust survivor. And I really respect him. I love him. I love his work. If you've not read his work, his books, Viktor Frankl is highly recommended by me. But Viktor Frankl talks about a couple of things, and he created a therapy called logotherapy. And I really subscribe to logotherapy. The idea of logotherapy is you don't need a therapist, you just need purpose. You need yourself. You need a mission in life, right? And that's the therapy is go figure out your mission, your purpose from moment to moment and live it. So Freud, who he was a student of and then a contemporary of actually, so he studied under Freud, but then became a contemporary. Freud said that man has a will to pleasure. So what does that mean? Man has a will to pleasure. What that means is that man, what Freud is saying is that everything we do, working during the day, earning money, raising family, everything we do in life is geared for us to find and obtain more pleasure, more toys, more experiences, but everything relating to pleasure, right? That man has a will to pleasure. Everything we do, every desire, every motive, that's the word I'm looking for, every motive is for us to find more pleasure. Frankl disagreed with him. Frankl said that man has a will to meaning or purpose. And when he can't find it, he defaults to pleasure. So what does that mean? What he's saying is that within our hearts, we know that we are greater beings than just these little mortal flesh and bone beings, that we have a greater purpose in mortality here in life, and a greater purpose that goes on after life. We deep down know this in our hearts and in our souls. So we want to have purpose. We want to be some part of something bigger. We want to help. We want to have meaning. We want to make sense of suffering. We want to make sense of joy. We want to make sense of all of these things. And the way we do that is through having a purpose, through having meaning, finding meaning in our suffering, finding meaning for our joy, finding a purpose in life, an overall purpose, as well as a moment-to-moment purpose of why am I here in this moment? What am I meant to do? Who am I meant to serve? When we don't have a purpose, especially when we don't have an overall purpose, we don't have an overall mission in our life, we haven't found that. When that happens, then we default to seeking pleasure. Then we default to filling that void in our heart, in our soul, by looking for pleasure, just looking for the quick fix, the quick dopamine hit. In other words, we get a true dopamine hit, a true moment of joy and happiness when we find ourselves living out our mission, living out our purpose. It's a false one when we look at just finding pleasure. That is why our phones and our social media, even though I'm talking to you today on social media, please come back every day, just watch me on social media and then get off. Don't ever do anything else. No, I'm just kidding, but kind of. But the point is that, we get false hits of joy by, oh, somebody liked my post, somebody liked my comment, somebody shared my thing. And we get these false hits of, they're real hits of dopamine, but it's not real joy. It's false joy. It's false purpose, false meaning. And then we get sucked into it. When we have real purpose and real meaning, the people who have true purpose and meaning don't spend a lot of time on here. I'll give you guys a little secret. I actually don't spend a lot of time on Facebook or any of my social media. I pre-schedule it. I spend time scheduling it, and I use tools to look like I'm on social media throughout the day. And I know I'm giving away some secrets. By the way, these secrets I give away to my students in my Purposepreneur Business Accelerator so that you can look like you're omnipresent, so that your message is getting out there all day long, every day, without you having to give up your life, and you can experience real joy. I experience real joy. I get to spend time with my kids. I watch them play at the park and at the splash pad and at the pool. And we go, out and we do things every weekend and we experience things. I don't even touch social media over the weekend. I mean, okay, so let's be honest. 95% of my stuff is all pre-scheduled, and maybe 5% of it is, actually like in the moment. Going live obviously is in the moment, but pre-scheduling, quote cards and memes and all of those things, even pictures from what I did the previous week with my family, I'll pre-schedule it the following week. So really you're seeing my life a week behind, but occasionally if something happens on the weekend, I might post immediately right then and go, hey, look, this funny thing happened or this special thing happened. But, obviously holidays, like I'm not taking pictures at Christmas and then posting it a week later, like, hey, look at our Christmas morning today. But most of the time, even my weekend posts are pre-scheduled because, and again, I teach people to do this because I have a greater purpose. I get greater joy from being off of social media than being on social media. So that's where I get my joy. My purpose is my family. My purpose is helping other entrepreneurs, purposepreneurs, let's use that word, grow their business and scale it using the means that we have available to us, these fantastic free apps, without becoming slaves to those apps, becoming slaves to those means. Because otherwise, if we become slaves to the things that we're using to build our business, which we're building our business to have freedom of time, then we lose the freedom of time that we wanted and why we're building our business in the first place. So guys, I want you to think about that. Why is it important to have purpose? What is your purpose? What is your purpose in life? I would invite you to pray about that. If you're a praying person, meditate on it. If you're a meditating person, I'm both praying and meditating. I would say, ask and find what your purpose is. I believe every person in this life has a mission, a divine mission. And if they don't fulfill it, I feel sorry for that soul. I feel sorry, not in the sense of superiority looking down. I feel sorry in the sense of true love and sorrow for a friend, for a fellow sojourner on this earth who did not find that purpose and that meaning they weren't able to experience a fullness of joy here on this earth. I truly believe that. If you want to experience a fullness of joy, you've got to have a purpose in life. But the purpose in your life also helps you make sense and find meaning in the suffering in your life. Because not every moment's happy. In fact, if you're on the right path, most of the time, it's probably going to feel like you're walking uphill. So I invite you to figure out what your meaning is, what your purpose is, so that you can make meaning of your sorrow, your suffering, your uphill battles. I know that it wasn't until I found my purpose, until I found that meaning in my life, that things like diabetes, type 1 diabetes, young onset Parkinson's disease, kidney failure, a heart attack, testicular cancer, all of those things had no meaning, had no purpose to them in my mind until I found my life's purpose. And then I went, oh, I'm supposed to use them as a springboard to help others. This is how I create meaning for them. This is how I take them from a tragedy into a triumph. And you'll do the same in your life. Hey, listen, I've gotten a little heavy here. I don't want to leave heavy. I just want you guys to know how much I love you and appreciate you. Please leave a comment down below. Like I said, I don't look at the comments, any comments coming in over here off to the side of my screen. I'm just ignoring them because I want to get this message out. I don't want to get off on a tangent, but I promise I will answer you. Please leave your comment, your question. If you're watching me live, give me a hashtag live. If you're watching me on replay, give me a hashtag replay. And hey, listen, if you believe in what I'm saying about needing a purpose and a meaning, give me a hashtag purpose. Give me hashtag purpose down below in the comments. I'd love to see what your thoughts are. Again, thanks for joining me today. I never know how long these are going to go. I never know exactly where they're going to go. Today got a little heavy. I got a little emotional. I'm going to admit I'm kind of an emotional guy sometimes. So hopefully you guys are okay with that. Love all of you guys. I'll talk to you later. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.